They say curiosity killed the cat, but in the Shanti Niwas mansion, curiosity is just the invitation. Tonight, we trespass where the dead refuse to leave. Are you ready to face the secret that died right here? Because once we enter, there's no turning back. This is the story of Aryan, a young vlogger known for exploring abandoned and haunted locations. His new destination was Shanti Niwas, the abode of peace, a vast, dilapidated mansion situated on the outskirts of the city. Locals whispered that the cruel ghost of a landlord haunted the place, a landlord who had murdered his entire household and then committed suicide decades ago. Aryan entered the mansion just after sunset, armed only with his camera and a flashlight. A dreadful silence reigned inside the manor, broken only by the sound of his footsteps and the creaking of doors in the wind. The air in the mansion was heavy with the musty smell of age, decay, and mildew. The eyes in the old, torn portraits hanging on the walls gleamed strangely in the camera's light, as if they were watching Aryan. As Aryan reached the main hall, he felt a chilling sensation, as if someone was following him. He spun around, but there was no one there. He tried to convince himself it was just his imagination. In the center of the hall stood a massive, wooden table covered in a thick layer of dust. Yet, the dust layer on one corner of the table looked suspiciously fresh, as if someone had just placed something there. Aryan raised his flashlight. A slow, heavy dragging sound echoed from the floor above, a sound like something weighty being pulled across the floorboards. Aryan's hands were slick with sweat, but the thrill of capturing the video kept him going. "We are heading upstairs now," he whispered into his camera. Climbing the staircase, every step groaned and shrieked as if the stairs themselves were protesting his ascent. Once upstairs, the corridor was even colder and darker. At the end of the hallway, a door was slightly ajar, through which a faint, dim light was visible, strange, given the lack of electricity. Entering that room, Aryan's heart pounded violently. The room was strikingly different from the rest of the mansion. It was clean. In the middle of the room stood an antique dressing table, and on the table lay a small, brass casket. Beside the casket was an old, clouded mirror. Just as Aryan reached out to touch the casket, something shifted in the mirror. His reflection appeared, but for a chilling few seconds, the face staring back at him was not his own. It was a terrifying, mournful, blood-splattered visage staring right through him. Aryan screamed and stumbled back, knocking the casket onto the floor. It fell open. There was nothing inside, just a dusty, empty space. Suddenly, the room's door slammed shut with a deafening bang that echoed throughout the house. The faint light in the room flickered violently and then went out completely. Aryan's flashlight died too. He was engulfed in absolute darkness. Then, he felt an icy breath right behind him. A slow, sibilant whisper reverberated in his ear. "You have disturbed my peace." Aryan shut his eyes tight in sheer terror, dropping his camera. When he opened them, he saw the camera was still recording. In the camera's night vision, he saw the horrifying, floating face of the landlord right in front of him, with black, hollow eyes and a lipless mouth. The ghost extended a hand and grabbed Aryan's wrist. The ice-cold grip drained all the strength from his body. The next day, the police found Aryan's car outside the mansion, but Aryan himself was nowhere to be found. Only his camera, still in recording mode, lay on the mansion's steps. The final moments of the footage captured nothing but rapid white noise and Aryan's final, petrifying scream. The story ends, but the mansion's silence remains, waiting for the next curious soul.